Hello, hello, everybody. I keep wanting to say Tuesday. At one point, I will remember that it's a Monday evening. Sorry for the delay. We were hopping off late from our champion huddle. I cannot wait to have all of you guys on that huddle with us. So really quickly before we get started, just housekeeping, if you guys make sure that you are on mute, that would be awesome because we're going to have a lot of people sharing tonight and I'm really excited about that. Excited to hear perspective and all of that, as well as if you guys have an opportunity to put your video on. I'd love to see faces. Just being able to see smiling faces. We have a lot of people that are sharing for their very first time tonight, and I don't know if you have ever shared on one of these calls before. I've been doing this for a long time, like 2 or 3 years, and I still get like hot. Like I just like B just called on me on the last call and I was like breathy. I was like, like I don't like speaking. So like, it's really nice to be able to look and have smiling faces and see actual humans looking back at you. But I'm going to run through some announcements. And before I do that, it's been a long time. I feel like it's been like 4 weeks since we've had an actual team huddle where we're going to just be like huddling up and having these conversations. But in the comments, let's just share like the one thing that you're super grateful for. Like one thing that has happened in the last 24 hours. Do you want to share what you're grateful for?
Huh?
Do you want to share what you're grateful for?
Yeah.
In the last 24 hours.
Don't start with me.
Well, no, they're going to put it in the comments.
No, I'm not.
This is how we start. We start with gratitude. But I get. He's grateful for me.
I am grateful. Oh, just in general or anything?
No,
yeah.
In the last 24 hours.
No, I'm grateful for you and my amazing son. Yeah.
We like to start our calls. If you're brand new, also if you are new, if this is like your first huddle up, you guys, in the comments, write me so we can welcome you because that's
you are super fire right now, baby.
You're super excited. That's my husband, Travis. If they're new and you're like, who is this dude sitting next to Trish right now? Why is he yelling? Okay. So super excited. Welcome, Patty. Welcome, Nicole. So many new faces. Very awesome. Okay. So a few announcements and then we're going to get rolling with this. So first and foremost, how many people here are excited about the 8-week challenge, right? How many people are like, wait, is it ever really going to start? Like what's happening? All of my customers are asking. The official kickoff call, or get your pens if you need it, is going to be tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just stay glued to your polls for that information and make sure that you're getting it out to your people that have signed up. There should be an email going out to them. But just being aware that it's going to be kicking off tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Super excited for what's going to be coming out of this, right? It's going to be amazing. Number 2, playbook is happening so soon, you guys, like really, really soon. March 3rd, is it 13th or 14th? I think it's the 14th. I don't know exactly the date. I just know it's next weekend, next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday. If you have already committed to attending a playbook, give me a hello, give me a shout out, and in the comments, tell me where you're attending. If you're like, I don't know what they are or where I'm supposed to be going, there's going to be 4 cities you have an opportunity to get plugged into, you guys. We got Pittsburgh, we got Tampa, you got Dallas, and you got San Diego. Like, amazing. So if you are close, if you are within driving distance, you guys, I cannot speak enough about the power of not just going to events, right? How many people here have been plugged in to doing some of these power hours, these live power hours and having high directive, and if you've seen like a change in your business in the sense of like you feel more confident, you feel more proud, like you've seen like a momentum change, whatever it is, in the comments put a 1 if you've seen something positive come from this. It is like power hours on steroids, you guys, like getting to these playbook events. You are going to leave there with literally like I went to grab something and I had like napkins here and like one little piece of paper, but packets and packets of actual tactical information to go grow your business from some of our mentors in action who are in the trenches that are doing this at such high levels. It's going to be amazing. So if you're wondering about playbooks, if you have questions, reach out to your closest circle of champs. Reach out to your closest car champ, reach out to your pro champ, whoever that is, and just be like, all right, where should I go? How do I get tickets? For more information about this, it's going to be keto.com/events. So make sure you check that out. Also along those lines, Keto Academy and more. Who is already committed to attending Keto Academy and more? Yeah, in the comments, put a 1 if you're going to Keto Academy. I can't wait to go to Dallas. We are so excited. We were so bummed in this epic. So like, we are like so excited. Like we like crawling out of our skins to get to the Dallas. We're so excited about seeing so many of you. You guys, like, events aren't something, they're absolutely everything. And we will talk more about them in the next week or so. But right now, what I want to talk to you about with the Keto Academy more is registering your tickets. So if you're still waiting to be assigned a ticket from me, I did not forget about you. It's on my to-do list every day. And then by the time Griff gets home, life gets chaotic. So Hannah goes, Travis. Your tickets, register them. Like if you're like, wait a second, like what do I need to do to register? Again, reach out to your champ. They will get you hooked up. If you're sitting here listening and you're saying, what the heck is she talking about? What is Keto Academy? What is more? Like, what are these events? Like, do not hesitate. Reach out to me. Reach out to whoever you need to find out more information about these events. But like, I promise you, the investment made into it, the time that you take off for it, like, it's worth it times. Your business, people that attend events, their business grows 130% versus those that do not. Are you eating brick? No, he's eating one of my I made blueberry bread today, keto blueberry bread. Okay. And then last, before we kick off, is that I did want to announce our winner for, I never told Travis how much I was offering to everybody for our first, wait.
That's my drum roll.
Oh, okay. Our first, he brings all the energy, doesn't he? Our first half, right? Because I said I was going to do 2 $300 cash money prizes. So this is the first one. And the winner, and this is based on people that are submitting their DMOs all of the time. And we haven't done anything based on people showing up to power hours, but we may be putting some things like plugins, like maybe if you show up, you get 2 entries into it. I did a random name generator thing where you type in all the names. It took a long time to get everyone's name in there. It took an even longer time for me to write all the names and then get them plugged in there. But are you guys ready for the winner? Winner 1. And we're going to do this again at the end, and we still have our weekly winners. Do you want to do the drum roll now?
Go. My hands
Megan, I'm going to screw up your last name. Mustopich. Mustopic.
I have no idea.
Is that, did I say it right, Megan? No, I screwed it up. She's like, not even close. Mustopic?
Spell it phonetically on the chat.
No, you can unmute. How do you, now we all need to hear you.
Yeah.
How do we say it?
Mustapitch.
Mustapitch.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I'm so excited. This is so exciting. I'm so excited about the momentum that we're getting from this. And so our call is going to kind of be geared towards this tonight. So we just had we just got off our champ huddle, and where we were talking about consistency and showing up and putting in action, right? How many people in here had one of their biggest months in February? Like you saw like a huge month in February with your business, right? It didn't have to be the big, right? Like it was crazy. And we were talking about where did that come from when we were talking about momentum and the power of showing up, the power of getting plugged in. And so how many of you on this call right now in the comments, I want you to put a me if you have been on at least 1 live power hour. Look, everyone already knows that. I love that you guys, I don't have to even speak half the time. They just like start answering for me. It makes my life so much better. How many of you have been on 5 or less? Type me in the comments, 5 or less. Or I guess I should do 5 or more. How about 10 or more? If you've been on 10 or more. You guys. Yeah. Okay. How many people here, who on here has not missed 1? Let's see. Tia! Jill! Yes, that's right. Like, she's literally been on every single one. It's so awesome. And she actually showed up to she was actually at our Keto Life party too last week too. So homegirl doesn't mess around. Like, she's like, I am coming on every single, like she gets plugged in every single way. And so what we're going to talk about tonight, guys, is we're going to talk about the power of showing up, and not just with this, but with like how getting plugged in and hearing different perspectives can literally change your business. And so I'm just going to do pretty much a shot. Like, we're just going to go around. We're going to hear from some people. I just have a bunch of names written down, but I'm going to go on based on who is I see on the screen. And we're going to just hear from some of these people and the power that they've had and the benefits that they've had just from getting plugged in to some of these power hours. So are you guys ready to hear from some people? Except that's not me, because I'm tired of talking. Yeah? Yeah? And speaking of showing up, you guys, we have 111 humans on this call right now. So like everybody on this call, like for just showing up to this call, like seriously, like give yourself some love in the chat. Give yourself a pat on the back. Do the, what is it, the goddess? What does he do?
Yes, and thank you for making that extra pay that we have to do to Zoom for having the calls.
I know. Exactly. We are very grateful that we paid the extra money to have more than 100 people on our Zoom calls. So we're very excited about that. Awesome. I'm so excited. So glad everybody's here. Okay. So are you guys ready? So I'm going to just kick it off right here. And I have Jill. She's literally right next to me. She's right there.
Yeah. Hi.
So I know you had a powerful February. Yeah.
Yes. Huge.
Awesome. Okay, so talk to us about these power hours, like hopping on live.
Okay. So first of all, before I start, if anyone out there can like message me and tell me where to get like an actual freaking stand for my phone, because I have it on a dark chocolate Keto Pro and it's being held up by a Lime Time right now. That's my stand. So power hours. I can't. The whole situation has totally blown me up. My GV has gone up 40%. My new volume went up 26%. Customers went up 40%. And I ranked from 4 to 5. So in 1 month. So, and this is all because of the prospecting, the interacting, the adding value, the following up, the freaking curiosity post that I love so much. It's my favorite thing. But I got 21 new customers this month. It's the girls on our team are just like totally feeling the momentum. My Kelly O'Donnell, who brought me here, got the car yesterday. Like, it's incredible. It's just incredible. And I am convinced none of this happens by accident, right? Like, I am firm believer that things come to us for an absolute reason, and it's on purpose. And had Kelly not come to me last July, which is when I started doing this, and I started off slow, girls. I did not hit GoPro. I did not hit MVP. I was doing this thinking I'm just going to make a few extra bucks, put it in the bank because we want to buy a house. Well, I have a full-time job. I travel the entire Northeast. I'm never home. And we found out yesterday that my husband got an opportunity and we're out of here. And I'm now going to be able to stay home with my daughter. So in 3 months from now, I'm going to be doing this full freaking time. And I'm going to be following Power Hour every single day on my own, because that's what it's all about. You got to do it if you want to grow. Determination. That's it. Determination and showing up. Awesome. I love it.
That's amazing. I'm so excited for you right now. Like, first of all, I just have to like circle back to something you said, Jill, about like when she said she started off slow, right? But what did she continue to do? How many times have we been in a place where you feel like your business isn't going the way you want to go? So like, you must not be doing something right, or we must be holding secrets back from people in your business. Has anyone ever been there before where you're like, my business is going slow? So you kind of, instead of trying to like keep going, you kind of like ease up. She didn't. She kept showing up, and like, look at where she is now. Like that just like for me is like just a massive testimony of just the power of just being like, I know it's just a matter of digging in and just doing the little things. And I love Melissa B always says, like, none of this is sexy. Like you get on a Power Hour, guys, like nothing we do is sexy. It's not flashy. It's not like, like we're literally like, okay, let's go message people or let's go comment on people's stuff. Like, but it works, right? Like, it's not sexy, but it is the secret. Like, it's all the stuff that we do. So thank you so much for sharing, and congratulations. Also, congratulations. We have so many new champs, you guys. We had Karina, Kelly's a new champ. We had Maggie Sterling hit champ. Ashley Salvatore is about to hit 10, you guys. Like, it's just insane. Like, it was an amazing month. Okay, So thank you, Jill, for sharing. All right, so next up, I'm just gonna go, I'm looking at my screen right now. Where is Melissa Young? Where is she? There she is, she's right there. Hi.
Hi.
What's
I
up?
was talking, but that's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah, so I have been doing the power hours.
And can I interrupt you before you go?
Yes.
She's tuning into power hours from work, you guys. Like, homegirl is at work and you literally see like, like that she's at her job.
My husband is in the background.
Yes. And she's showing up. All right, sorry.
No, that's okay. So yeah, I have been plugging in, and for me, I've kind of looked for quality over quantity. I was following, because I always thought like more followers, and then they'll, like if I follow a bunch of people, then they'll follow me back, and that's not the case. So as we were going through power hours and even afterwards, I would just unfollow a lot of people, and I went from like 1,500 people I'm following to like I think like 1,250 or 1,275. But I feel more connected, and I feel like I'm engaging more versus following them. So for me, I'm slowly realizing that quality is 10 times better over quantity. So that's definitely one thing that I've learned. I'm so sorry. I did not know I was going to talk.
I'm just calling people out.
I know.
So I just know that is perfect. And I think it's something that we've been like talking about a lot on these calls is like quality versus quantity. And even when it comes to like, and you guys, if you guys are hopping on these calls, you can hear like, it's really cool. Like our DMOs, whether you have one that you made yourself or you're using one of ours, like it's cool. Like it legitimately says like, add 5 people, connect with 5 people. And that's great. But sometimes you have to get on these calls just to hear that perspective and just be like, oh, wait a second. Like, this is how we connect. We add people, but it's not about the quantity. It's about the quality. And when I started, like, when you shift from just adding to your network to actually prospecting, you learn that quality matters because you can literally add 1 million. You also get to hear Melissa be calling. Like that's the thing. She squawks when she calls us off, and you guys have to hop on to understand. But like literally, like you learn that like if you add 20 or 30 people to your network, guess what? You can't really prospect or build quality relationships with them. So thank you, Melissa, because I do think that's huge. Like, and I think that's a really big distinction that I personally made just from doing this. So very awesome. Thank you for sharing, and sorry for calling that. All right, next up I have Laura Luna because she's right here. What's up, Laura?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So you had talked about putting your, kind of backing off on your business. And I kind of wanted to go into that a little bit because I had went through a bad year last year. My promoter actually left, went with a different company, and then I lost a promoter, and then I lost like half of my SmartShip people. So I was kind of went through like anxiety and depression kind of thing. And I was still doing my stuff, doing like my post in my group and going on IG and all this, but I did not have the organization that I needed. So like for the past 2 years, I have not had a binder. So the power hours have definitely helped me to actually make a binder and follow up with people, which I wasn't doing. I kind of had like the people in my head. I knew which flavors they liked, but I didn't follow up with people. So I feel like a lot of people slip through the cracks, like Melissa B had said. And I'm the type of person that needs a list to get anything done because I'm very like scatterbrained sometimes. So that has helped me with that. I also accountability, because we have to post in our group the different things that we have done for the day. The organization, of course, knowledge, hearing the different tips from the different leaders, because I learn something new every time. And then courage. I actually reached out to someone who commented on my Freebie Friday post on Instagram, and she bought a 3-pack for me. And she's looking at actually purchasing a full box here pretty soon. And then it reminded me of my talents where they actually lie, because I've been given the talent of speaking Spanish, and I don't use it as much as I should. So I've really focused in on my Spanish group. If you don't know, I have an English group, and then I have branched off and created a whole separate Spanish group. And with that, my group, when we started in that group, it was 151 people, and it's grown to 730. Just because I went in these other groups and posted a recipe or something. I mean, I couldn't keep up. It was crazy, just trying to keep up with everything. And on top of that, I've had a ton of interest in the ketones and the reboot, because most of the people are in Mexico, or they are in different countries in Latin America. The only issue I'm having right now is trying to figure out how to ship things there. And the different restrictions and everything. So I'm hoping that Prove It will have the reboot soon, very soon in Mexico. That would be awesome if they could do that. And then as far as financially, my check from last month to this month has almost tripled, just by following up with people and actually doing the things that I need to do. And the other thing that I wrote, I think we miss this sometimes, but just by doing these things, it kind of, you're talking about the momentum, but also the mindset, because if my mind's not right, I feel like I'm not necessarily putting a positive energy out there. And because of the power hours, I actually had 2 customers that were, they had bought trial packs, but they hadn't really committed, and they're now SmartShip customers. And that's all I got.
No, that was good. That was a lot, and that's amazing. And I did definitely want to touch upon, because I know your group is growing, and you're like, oh, Laura will message me, and she's like, oh my gosh, I have all of these new people I'm getting added to my group, right? And we talk a lot about where grow where you're planted, right? And if your group is where you're going to get most of your people, that's where you're going to focus on. And so I think that's awesome and amazing. And also the mindset, it's so cool to be able to be on these calls and listen, I don't like to do the DMOs. It's not I don't wake up every morning I'm going to do my DMOs today. Woo! I want to sell ketones. I want to talk to my team. I want to do all the fun stuff, right? But having an opportunity to sit down and actually do them, it forces you to do them. And then the momentum that we've seen in just our business has been insane. And we're we're going to have a keto life party too. It's just cool. So thank you for sharing so much, Laura, because it's your mindset of being on and having that go. So thank you. All right. So let's go. Where's Heather? She's right underneath of me. Hello.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can. What's up, girl?
Okay, well, I'm not well, so I drank one of these before we started. Anybody remember? Yes. And I am so ready to drink this next. I am dying. I'm about done. I've had 3 days worth of this, and I'm going to do a curiosity post about how ketones made me get through sickness and work. Anyone else agree right now? I think half of my team is on right now, sick. So power hours, I was at work for a power hour. I was at a Valentine dinner with Dave on a power hour. I have tried to hit every single one I know, if not for just 2 minutes, because every person that has hosted one has said something either the exact same or different than the person before. I've heard almost all of them talk before. Maybe only one new one, didn't matter. I wanted to hear someone different, because even if I wasn't able to participate in the activity we were doing at the moment, I could hear what they were saying, and it was just repetitive proximity and good vibes and all of the things that I need to do every day that I hadn't been. And I hadn't been for a few months. And just since we got home from Epic, in 28 days in my group, I've raised it 33%. But that's not so much important to me as the engagement, because you can add everyone you want to your group. If they're not talking to you, it does no good. So my engagement raised 41%. And that's in the 28 days since we've been home. And I just think that that is just beyond, And then it hit, I mean, Trish had told me 1,000 times, schedule post, schedule post, schedule post. I'm like, I don't have time to do all that. I heard it from Melissa B. She did it a little different. Then I heard it from one other person. They did it a little different. And all of a sudden I'm able to do it. If I only even get 2 done, I'm scheduling a post every single day in my keto group, because then at least I have done something. Because if I feel like this again tomorrow, I'm going to try to sleep this one off, you know. That, and let's see, the binder. Okay, I had a binder. Trish gave me a binder. I'd worked on my binder. It was this huge thing. It was a mess, so I gave up. When I started doing these power hours again, I separated them. So for every Zoom call we do when I'm listening, these are all my notes. These are my daily DMOs and my prospects, 2 totally different binders now, which helped me. So that's about all I got as fast as I could say it. Oh, Trisha's talking, sorry. Or she's eating. She's eating.
We just opened up one of these Smart Sweets. Sorry.
That's
Now
okay.
my mouth is watering because they're sour. But no, like those statistics, you guys, like mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Like, and listen, like we're not sitting here and we're not, I want you guys to like hear me fully on this and like understand we're not up here like beating a drum like, oh, hey, like we just want people to show up to our calls. Like that's not the point of this. It's that the people that are showing up are having such great progress, whether it is being like, I feel really confident in knowing what to do. Like I can take this and turn around and do my DMOs when I'm sitting in line waiting to pick my kid up from school, or when I'm doing this, or people that are actually having like actual growth because they've been doing this for months on top of months on top of months. And now they're like, oh wait, now I'm going to dig my heels in. I got the actual tactical skills and now I can do this. So it's just been so awesome. Like, thank you for sharing that. And so like, that's like what we're talking about. Like, that's what these testimonies are all about. Okay. So next, let's see where Danny, there she is. I know she's like, no. So guys, this is like Danny's first time speaking on a call. So like lots of love. Okay.
Okay, thanks. So I don't even know. If you know anything about me, I'm like a big Rachel Hollis person. I've following her for like a long time. And sorry if my internet is cutting out. It's really shitty. Anyway, some things I've learned from them that I'm putting into like the DMOs and doing the power hours, just being intentional about doing them. I am pretty new to this still. So I've been up almost since the end of October. I have one customer, she's great. Her and I rocked February together, by the way. But I learned that if I just show up and do what I'm supposed to do, and I set my intentions and I create my habits, I'm going to have a great April, May, June, whatever.
Hey, thank you. Sorry, it's so hard to hear you because you're cutting out. Oh. But I like that. It's like, I don't know if you guys could hear, but like I was able to like pick. Oh, no. Oh, it's okay. But she was just saying that like setting intentional time to plug in and actually do the work, right? And like having like knowing like oh gosh, is that me? Like no, whoa. Do you guys hear that? Is that me? Every time I say knowing, it like screams at me. But like actually just knowing, oh, there we go. Someone's on mute. knowing like, this is what I need to do and this is how I can grow my business, and just knowing that like, if I can set aside this hour, I can go ahead and do that. Thank you for sharing, Danny. Sorry that it was so slow. Let's see. We have, how about, where's Andrea? I always feel like I'm going to like screw up people. What's up?
All right, I just muted myself. Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. My son like got into my keto life party half packets, and he ate some Blue Ocean. I don't know how much he ate. He's 2. So if he runs in here and jumps on my lap, like, I don't know how long he's gonna be up, but I like planned on staying up till 2. He might be up with me. Okay, like I can't get right here. Oh my goodness. So anyway, yeah, I am like, I was like, well, what am I gonna say? Like power, like I've been really doing power hours myself hardcore since like December 21st because something lit a fire under me. So like these were just a really fun thing for me to plug into because of like the third party thing. And I think like the biggest word for me is like proximity. Like, so if I go to an event, like, and I take something from that event and it like, it's like something like a light bulb goes off and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. And it helps me. So like, that's what these power hours do for me. Like, I ain't even going to lie. This morning when Trish was like, hey, can you get on whatever? I didn't realize that the power hour started at 10:30, but I immediately went on there. I was prospecting, but I just want to listen to what everybody has to say because it's that one little knowledge bomb that'll change your business. Like December 21st at our little tiny Pittsburgh event, which was awesome, by the way. Melissa B said something to me and my Facebook group I had like 147 people or something. It now is like 3 people away from 1,000. I'm like so excited about it. And I love my people and I love my group and I started to like love my business. In the beginning, I'm going to be really transparent. I like blamed everybody for like me not doing anything. And when I stopped like looking at other people and putting my blinders on, like things started to happen for me. And like, I'm really proud of like what I've been able to accomplish with my business. And I feel like it's directly related to me plugging in to the top leaders and listening to what they have to say. And even like some of the people that like aren't top leaders, like I'm telling you right now, if you believe in your mind that you can be a top leader, like I believe like in 2 years from now, like 100%, like I could be like where Melissa May's at and like have 1,000 people underneath of me. And like, that's what I see. And I believe it so much. But if you would have told me that 7 months ago, I talked myself out of it so many times, but it's because of these power hours. And it's because of, it's specifically because of the proximity of the people that you are hanging out with. And like hanging out with you guys in my jammies and looking a hot mess, I'm learning so flippin' much. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. My business is growing because of all of you, and my belief in myself is growing. And if anybody's on this call and is like, well, I can't have that because they have this or they do this, or like, stop it. Stop doing it to yourself and just believe in yourself. Plug into these things and believe in these people, because like, I feel like I like can do all of the things because of these people. Like everybody on this call has filled me up so much that I can do the things. Like I think I put it on here, do the things and things will happen. Like that's all I have.
No, that was really good. And it's true, like, do the things. Like, we used to joke around, like, previously in, like, a different, like, I felt like a different, like, lifetime for me. Like, we used to do hashtag just do the things. Hashtag just do the things. And there is power. Like, that's why we say proximity is power, right? Like, because you get to hear from not me, not just Melissa May, not just Melissa B, not just Ashley Ottman. Like, we're hearing from so many different people, and we have so many new faces that are sharing this week. And the way someone does their business, you might relate with them in a way that you're like, oh, that's kind of the speed that I'm doing my business. Like, or like, oh, like she's more Instagram. Like I can focus that way more. Or this person has a really good tip that we might not even know about. Does that make sense? Like it's just showing up and being able to hear that, and like nothing scripted. And we're not gonna be like, we don't record these calls or anything like that. But something that I thought was really powerful, one of the testimonies that we had was when someone literally said, hold on, he's helping me. When someone literally said, they're like, it's really cool. Like, I think it was Melissa Young, where she was like, when you're sitting there and you look up and you see every single, like if we're like, it's time to go comment on our gauge or go have conversations with people or follow up, that you look up and you see everybody, like, we're like, use voice memo, and everyone's like voice memoing. So like you're sitting there and you're like, oh, dang it. Like I could totally have scroll brain, because I do have scroll brain, and I could be like, oh, but I see everybody else doing it. And it's like this power of being like, no, like I have to, like everyone else is doing it. Like I have to do it. And there's just so much excitement and momentum and power that accompanies that builds confidence. And we hear it all the time. Like BU says, like action breeds confidence, right? And the more action you take, like every single person that spoke, the more action that you're taking daily is building that confidence to say, like, I know how to do this. Because I cannot tell you guys how many times on huddles when I ask, like, what do you guys want? Like, what do you guys want to learn? Like every single person is like, well, how are you doing it? Like, how are you doing it? And people, when they see me at events, they're like, well, how did you do it? And I'm like, hashtag, I did the things, like, and I've been doing them every single day. Right. And that's all it is. And just showing up to these, you guys, like I cannot, like just me showing up personally on these calls, like it makes me be like, this is my business hour, because you have a choice. You can continue treating this like a hobby, wishing that it was a full-time, or you can go ahead and say, you know what, like if this is a business, like I'm going to treat it like a business. I'm going to set my hours. I'm going to show up. These are the days, like, oh, I work during the day. I cannot get on, but there's 2 calls this week that are at nighttime, and I'm going to move mountains to make sure that I get my butt sitting down and on these calls. And I'm going to count that as my business hours. And I think, like, that's going to be a huge distinction. And it's been a huge distinction for me to be like, oh, like, yeah, like on Wednesday nights, we were like, okay, we're all getting on a call and I'm going to do power hour at 9 p.m. And guess what? If I did it earlier that day, I get to do it again. I have someone, potential spam is calling me right now. I love that iPhone does that now. But yeah, and it's 10 p.m. But okay, so listening to this, you guys, and moving forward for the next 3 weeks, like in the comments, if you intend, so we have 2 nighttime huddles. So tomorrow night we have an 8 p.m. Is tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Tuesday? Tomorrow's Tuesday. Wednesday, this is real life. Wednesday is a 9 p.m. Then Thursday, Friday, we have noons. So in the comments, I want you to tell me which one that you like are committed to showing up to this week. Which live power hour are you going to show? All. Yes. Tia's like, I'm coming to all of them. All but Thursday. I love it. The nighttime ones. Yes, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yes, I love it. And guys, like we all understand that life is life, and that like things pop up, and that like there may be a reason that you cannot go, but like get on one, like get to hear from one person, right? Like, and use that every single week to grow and build. Oh yeah. And yeah, like I actually think that would be fun to do some pop-up ones too. Would you guys like it if we threw in some extra ones like throughout the week? Would that be fun for you? Hear more voices? Yeah? All right. Well, then I guess we're going to have to get some things rolling for you guys, because we got some stuff to handle in March. Because if you guys just crushed February, like this is not the time to be like, oh, that was a good month. I'm just going to hang out and wait until like the new, like, no, like we are just getting started on this, and I'm so excited about it. But I just want to, in the comments, can we just give some massive love to everyone that shared tonight? A lot of them, maybe it was their first time that they called. Melissa didn't even know I was calling on. But like just some love and like exactly, and just congratulations to Megan again. Another person like seriously is pumping in her DMO. She gets on the calls when she can. Like it's awesome. She's a full-time teacher. Like so she has a lot going on. So exactly. So super excited. Thank you guys for everyone that shared tonight, and I cannot wait to see you all tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on our next live power hour to hashtag do the things. I think we should just call it that. Hashtag do the things. Like, we don't have to call it demos anymore. All right. I love you guys. Have a good night.